Hey, this is Kenny here.
Hello.
Hey, it's Kenny.
Hey, oh hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for being back on the show. It's been too
Oh,
long.
no problem. Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a
Yeah,
while, right?
yeah. So
So,
I had you on the. So this interview is courtesy of, Chillin' Blast from the Past, and basically what this is I interview people who I've interviewed in the past. This the last time you was on this show was 6 years ago.
it was, wow, time
Yeah,
flies, right?
yeah, and once upon a time you was known as Misfit Dior,
I was, yep.
and yes, and I'm gonna give a little people a little history here. Um,
Okay.
so there was a show on VH1 that debuted on this year a decade ago. It's called the White Rapper Show, and you
I
was
can't believe how,
and you was a
yeah,
contestant on that show. Uh,
I was, yep.
and this and the funny thing is, this is how I found out that this was the 10-year anniversary. It was courtesy of a fellow contestant who won that season. That will be Shamrock.
Shamrock, yeah, he actually contacted me recently to try some reunion stuff.
So he did a freestyle, talk about
How
his
cool.
experience and things like that, and that's how I knew about the White Rapper Show's 10-year anniversary. And I like
Yeah,
that.
I can't believe it's so many years have passed. It's crazy, right?
So yeah. So now that you are aware of it being 10 years, you look back at it. I mean, how you feel about being on that show and that the fans have been able to keep in touch with you since then?
I mean, the show is definitely a good experience. I actually make different music now. I transitioned from rapping to singing. So, but being on the show was definitely a good experience, and I still have a lot of loyal fans that were fans from the show. And yeah, like it was a overall good experience. I'm not sure I would do another reality show, but there was a kind of time when like reality shows had just started. Now there's like a million reality shows. So
Oh
back
yeah.
then it was it was still kind of quite new.
Yeah. This is what I do know. The reality shows that VH1 did about a decade ago, it had
Yeah,
huge ratings, just skyrocket.
they they
VH,
did. I mean, I believe my first the first episode of the show I was on had like 4.4 million viewers, which is pretty good for like a
yeah,
first episode. I think the name was quite controversial. The white rapper show, like
yeah.
the name itself is quite controversial. So I think that definitely pulled the viewers in.
Mhm.
And
That.
yeah, like I said, like there was a time there wasn't that many reality shows, so there was that. And I think that and I Love New York or something. So
Oh yeah, and MC Search from the legendary group Dirt Bass, he was the host of the show.
he was, yes.
And shout out to Search, legendary artist himself. And let's talk about this evolution that you have had. You obviously,
I've been through many.
yeah.
I've
So
there's been a lot of I've definitely found myself a lot more as an artist. I think back then I was very young. I was rapping, and it was hard for a female rapper, or especially a female white rapper from England, to find it was hard for labels to market me. So I was getting pulled in different directions. I should be like a Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera, or so back then it was like there weren't really many female rappers, so it was hard as a female in this game, being British and a rapper. So I kind of went back to the drawing board, so to say, and built myself a studio. Kind of learned how to sing, and I actually find singing way more fun as far as writing lyrics. So I kind of evolved from rapping to singing, and now my music style is completely different. Now it's more like dark, kind of sultry, cinematic. Definitely not hip hop anymore, but still in music. Can't imagine not making music.
it's understandable. In the music industry, sometimes you got to evolve to get
Yep.
to what you really want to do to put your music out. And I did hear
Yeah.
some of your songs on your SoundCloud page, including the Hazel Eyes joint, and I really like the record. I,
Thank you. Hazel Eyes is the new song I'm going to be releasing very soon, along with the video. Yeah, the style is definitely very different from what people from the show would remember me by. But yeah, like I think I finally found like my sound after a few years of trying different styles. And my new EP, I actually recorded, produced, engineered, wrote everything by myself in my studio by myself. So it's
wow.
definitely very organic, grassroots style.
That's amazing. You're kind of
Yeah.
like a Jill of all trades. Like you literally did
I actually,
everything.
you know what? You kind of have to, like in this industry these days. You know, with
Yeah.
like I co-directed and executive produced my video at Hitchcock Blonde. I learned how to, edit video, final cut. I learned how to produce, engineer. Like I learned how to do everything myself. I spent years, waiting around, working with different producers, different people, and you can wait around for them people to work, or you can just learn how to do it yourself. And I feel like if you can do one thing, that you can learn. I mean, anyone can learn a craft. So I just taught myself how to do everything else.
You know what they say, you gotta take matters into your own hands, and
Exactly.
that's
Sorry if there's
definitely
a lot of background noise. I actually just come. I'm at a Vogue event, so I just came
yeah.
outside to do this interview. So it's a little bit noisy in the street.
It's okay. It's been that type of show all day long. Like I've interviewed like two of the last three interview guests I had. That's been background noise, and
Wow, right.
it kind of comes with the territory when it comes to this show. I've done this for 10 years, and I've had
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
I I have had people call from bars. I've had people call from walking with their dog or cat or whatever. I
Right.
I've had people call and while they're in the middle of a conversation, and then they ended up
Right.
being part of this
Hilarious.
show. Like, this show right here, is an open forum. So anybody is
Well,
welcome.
I'm about 3 bottles of Moe in, so excuse my slurring.
Nah, not a problem. You good. You good. So, so in addition to this new music that you've been working on, and what you have in store, what else you have in store? Like
I'm
collaborations, upcoming shows, things like that.
so well, my EP is coming out this summer, Gunmo, and I'm actually working with Toronto producers, Reza Brothers, who are amazing. So I have a song called Shoot Me Up, which is I think one of the dopest songs I've written, which we're releasing this summer also, along with the EP with them. And I'm DJing now as well. And I'm working on a book and a show. I can't talk too much about that because it's still quite I'm not allowed to talk about it too much, but that's going to be cool. And yeah, so I'm just excited to release this EP, and DJing is fun to me. Like I grew up in house music before I moved to New York. I lived in Ibiza, and so house music is in my blood. And so when I DJ, that's all about house music. So I thought it would be an easy transition to start DJing as well. So that's fun.
Okay, well let's talk about this DJ. What's it been like? Going from being a performer to also being on the ones and twos. Like you'll be DJing in parties and clubs and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, actually, my brother was a DJ when I was a kid, so I used to practice on his little Technics 1210s back in the Happy Hardcore days. And I think it was an easy transition to be coming from a musician standpoint to, learning how to DJ, because, I've obviously have a musical ear. And it's all kind of a performance, and plus I can DJ my own music, so it's a little extra plug I can do there. But yeah, DJing's fun. Like obviously, I'm not, when you're flying a party, you're also performing at the same time. So like blending two house tracks together and seeing the crowd feel it is the same kind of feeling you get when you're on stage singing. So it's fun. It's all music, baby.
So before I let you go, why don't you go ahead, considering you got the name change and everything, for people that wants to keep up with what you got going on. Go ahead and promote your social media links, Facebook, Twitter, any other links people need to check out.
Oh, so yeah, so my Instagram, Twitter is all under, and my SoundCloud is all under my original, Misfit Euro name, although I'm using Laetica De Valer now, which is my real name. But yeah, under Misfit Euro, and Facebook is Misfit Euro Music.
Oh.
And yeah, check it out. I got Hazelite's coming out soon, like in about the next month. EP Gunmo in the summer. Got some gigs coming around, so check me out.
Well, props to you. Thank you for all you do as a musician.
Thank you for having me.
And to have you back on the show. I'll promise the next time it won't be another 6 years.
I know, right?
So,
we can't leave it this long again.
Yeah, maybe the next.
Well, I'll say when I release Hazelite, I'll send it to you, and then we can maybe have another little.
Oh, absolutely. You have a good night.
You too. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.